also returned, having missed the last 5 games through injury. While Simon Donnelly being used sparingly by Tommy Burns, he was in from the start. Simon played in attack with Charlie Nicholas dropping to the bench, while Andy Walker opted to play from the start. Brian O'Neill kept his place at the heart of the Celtic defence. Aberdeen were still without Theo Schnelders, Duncan Shearer and Ian Jess. The referee, Alistair Hewitt from Edinburgh. Summariser, Alan McInally. Match commentator, Jerry McNee.
Celtic unbeaten in their 10 games under Tommy Burns get the match underway against an Aberdeen side that knows it has to do a lot better. In fact, defeat for them today would send them to third bottom place in the Premier Division, and I don't think they've been in that area since way back in the first year of the Premier League, when themselves and Dundee United avoided relegation on goal difference. Of course, both were gone to great things. And of course the two teams meet shortly in the Coca-Cola Cup semi-finals, but this is every bit as important today. They need the points to keep up the challenge and attract spectators in a season without the glamour of European football. So here comes Celtic through John Collins. This is Galloway trying to find Walker. This is Woodthorpe, one of Aberdeen's newer players. He signed there at the summer from Norwich for £400,000. This is Walker finding Collins, sweeping in the cross, and it's away by McKimmie and returned there by Pat McGinley. Ball behind for the goal kick. Michael Watt still deputising for the injured Theo Schnelders, and Michael Watt hasn't enjoyed the best of luck here in Glasgow against the Old Firm. He'll be hoping for better things this afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's obviously into the match today because the Theo Schnelders is not playing. A very, very important game for Aberdeen today, Jerry. A lot publicised in the press this week, and Willie Miller knows that he's got to take something from this game.
This is Simon Donnelly for Celtic. To O'Donnell. Collins. Blocked by Irvine. McGinley comes in. Well, he's a bit disappointed with himself. There was an opening there.
Very disappointed, Jerry. He really should have had a crack there. He had plenty of space. Should have attacked the ball and struck it right through towards goal. Instead of that, tried to play an accurate pass through the middle. Wrong choice by him there.
The free kick against Booth. O'Neill for Celtic to McStay. O'Neill again. It's McKimmie, but it's given away to Donnelly. Aberdeen defence were trying to push out as the ball was played forward. But McKimmie has it again. He's under pressure from Collins. Well, that looked like a corner kick to me, but the referee is awarding a goal kick, and John Collins not at all happy.
John did excellent there. Got his leg run about Stuart McKimmie. Stuart obviously trying to chaperone it out. John definitely makes contact before, plays it off Stuart, and it's a corner. Although the referee certainly saw it a lot different.
It's a slight one by the goalkeeper, picked up by McStay, and a slap one by him in turn. It's McKinnon, leaving it to Kane. The gap opens up here, it's Booth, and his first touch let him down. But where was the Celtic defence? Well, a huge gap opening up for Booth, and his first touch really letting him down.
Yeah, really, I mean, he's already thinking about what he's going to do with his second touch, and his first touch lets him down. Gordon Marshall was alert enough to be off his line and enough to collect the ball for Celtic. You really got to be question marks there in the Celtic defence. Mark McNally completely on his own at the back.
That's swept forward by Gary Smith. O'Neill's under pressure from Booth. In comes McNally, claims for handball, but the referee, well up with the play, shakes his head.
Phil Marks, the referee, was certainly up with play, decided it wasn't a handball. He was in the perfect position to make his decision.
Here comes Celtic now, good running by O'Donnell. Gets in behind Irvine, provides the cross. It's away by Gary Smith. And cleared by McKimmie. Done by O'Neill, only as far as McKinnon. Scott Booth certainly threatening a couple of times in the last few minutes, and that should be warning enough for the Celtic defence to get itself together. This is Galloway. Looking for Walker, who does well. Little touch on to Collins. Walker running in support. Zilic Collins. Flipping it through. Good play by Collins. It's O'Donnell. That's a fine save by the goalkeeper. Still Celtic have it. And McGinley sending it right across the face of goal. But delightful play by John Collins. It looked as though he'd have a go himself. He created the opening then. A nice little pass through. And the goalkeeper making the save from O'Donnell. Then McGinley coming in at the far side. Great reverse pass by John Collins there, and a great save by Michael Watt. That'll stand him in good stead for the game, for sure. But a great chance for Celtic there. Celtic coming more and more into it. Causing just a bit more pressure for the Aberdeen defence. And this is Walker. McGinley. Now it's McStay. Galloway trying the shot, but never a real problem for the goalkeeper. But Mike Galloway can certainly strike them from far out. He's had a few spectacular goals in his time. Mike quite right to have a dig from there, just leaning back. You know, he should know better. He should get the body well over the ball, strike through the ball onto target, but leaning back there, inevitably the ball going over the bar. Certainly getting himself in a good forward position for a striking goal though. Now he's under pressure here now from Dodds. Touch on from McGinley, away by Irvine. And it's out for the throw to Celtic. Good play by Walker. Still it's Walker. Irvine nips in ahead of Donnelly. Celtic have it again, no. Galloway gets away from Woodthorpe. Woodthorpe challenging again. The referee steps in and awards the free kick against the Dons defender. And Celtic starting to turn the screw here. They've had a couple of chances. Feel the pressure is mounting on this Aberdeen defence. Michael Watt gets things organised. It's Collins over the ball. A lot of movement inside the area. It's played towards the back post. And the goalkeeper coming for that one and completely losing it. And another chance for McGinley. Goes a begging. Goalkeeper came to collect it, and a ruck of players. McGinley gets in front of him. Could have been a real bad mistake by the goalie. Thankfully for Aberdeen, McGinley's header was off target. Dodds with McNally breathing down his neck. Switch of play to McKimmie. This is Stephen Wright. Goes down by Collins, gets it to Grant. Away by McNally, throw into Aberdeen. Well, it'll be interesting to see if Aberdeen can test this central defensive partnership of Celtic, of McNally and O'Neill, if they can get some pressure on them. It's Celtic in possession at the moment. Slid off by Walker. Touch on by O'Donnell to Donnelly. Walker still running through. And the sliding challenge going in there from Colin Woodthorpe. The ball just dropping a little bit behind Walker as it was played through, and that gave Woodthorpe the chance. This is Kane switching the play to Stephen Wright. Kimmy runs in support. McNally's header. Picked up now by McGinley. Galloway. It's Aberdeen's ball. This is McKinnon. McKimmie. Through for Grant. That's a good ball by Grant, and Marshall just managed to snatch it away as Booth threatened.
Nice through ball here, great ball. That's exactly where you want it, between penalty spot and goalkeeper. Scott Booth almost in before Gordon Marshall.
This is Donnelly, McStay, O'Donnell. And Collins fouled. McKinnon, who made the challenge. McKinnon's given away a few free kicks. You'll have to be careful. Just played shot to Collins. This is Booth trying to get forward, but Donnelly steps in for Celtic. Now it's O'Neill. McStay, nice little touch to Simon Donnelly. Still it's Donnelly. And that's a good effort. John Collins testing the goalkeeper all the way. And Watt gets the touch. It's a corner kick.
Good run by Simon Donnelly. Attacking the Aberdeen defence. Just a little bit in array there. A snapshot from John Collins. Unlucky, almost got Michael Watt unawares.
So the pressure still on Michael Watt and these Aberdeen defenders as Collins again sends in the ball. Sent it away by Wright. Only as far as McStay. McNally's still up there. McStay's in again. Aberdeen get it away. Only as far as Boyd. But the flag has gone up on the far side. It's a free kick to Aberdeen.
Tommy will not be happy with that. Pat McGinley walking out. Celtic had Aberdeen hemmed in a little bit there. And when the ball came back in from Tom Boyd, Pat McGinley was still offside.
That comes off O'Neill's head. Galloway gets a touch. This is Donnelly. McStay. Now it's McGinley. We're inside the final 5 minutes of the first half here at Hampden Park. Still no scoring. It's chested down by Walker. That's Donnelly. And Donnelly takes a knock as he has the shot at goal.
Good interplay by the front two strikers. Good layoff by Andy Walker here. Simon under pressure just can't direct his shot on target.
It's O'Neill attacking that ball powerfully. It's returned by Irvine. Touch from Grant for Aberdeen. It's O'Neill again for Celtic. That's Gary Smith. Pressured here by Donnelly. Just gets away with that one, but he's caught the second time by McGinley. The chance on here for Celtic is Donnelly. It's McGinley. And eventually swept away by Irvine. A real chance there for Celtic, but Aberdeen really gifting them the opportunity. Well, the referee's taking a tumble. This is McKinnon for Aberdeen. Now it's Kane. Galloway goes to meet him. It's Aberdeen's ball. So just a bit of dithering out on the far side. And Simon Donnelly getting away. And Aberdeen really putting themselves under a lot of pressure, and it was Irvine who eventually got the ball to safety. This is Irvine. Booth trying to get away from O'Neill. It's given away though to McGinley. Now it's Galloway. Well, O'Neill is lying on the ground inside his own half as play goes on. O'Donnell. It's away by Woodthorpe. As far as Pat McGinley. Now it's McStay. Still O'Neill is on the ground, and that's why the ball is sent out of play so they can get some treatment. So it seems to be a bit of pain.
Looks as though he's twisted his knee, Jerry.
And there's no doubt that O'Neill is definitely struggling. In fact, he's moved out of the central defence at the moment, and it looks as though he'll take no part in the second half. Just seeing out the final seconds of these first 45 minutes, but here comes Celtic. It's Galloway. Now it's Donnelly. He's got a lot to do here. Still it's Donnelly. That ball's out of play. It's a goal kick.
Certainly got plenty of skill at his feet, young man. Just gave himself a little bit too much to do there. Big prospect for Celtic though.
There goes the half-time whistle. Well, a disappointing first half all round. Celtic certainly had territorial advantage, and Pat McGinley certainly had a few chances, but Aberdeen have Michael Watt to thank for a tremendous save. Great play by Celtic. A delightful through pass from Collins, finding O'Donnell. and Michael Watt blocking him. And the half-time score here at Hampden Park, Celtic 0, Aberdeen 0. It's Aberdeen who start the second half, and no doubt will be happy to be in level terms after the first half, in which they made quite a few defensive mistakes. And it's been easy to see why they have lost so many goals this season. They've certainly scored plenty, but they've lost far too many. Here's an early chance over Booth, and that's cut out by O'Neill, who's managed to play on, but he's signalling over now that he's toiling. He certainly was in a lot of trouble just before half-time. Willie Faulkner preparing to come on, and Brian O'Neill trying to make his mark in the central defence. Leaves the field in disappointment after twisting his knee in the first half. So Faulkner comes on. He played in the first 3 games of the season. He was a substitute last week against Motherwell. This is Donnelly. It brings applause from the Celtic fans. It's Galloway. Walker. Donnelly again. He's covering a lot of ground. It's Donnelly trying to forge a way through, but taking on just too much there. Still he's chasing as Wright clears the ball. It just eludes Collins. It's picked up by Booth. Dodge is in the middle in a lot of space. This ball can be sent into the middle. And there's Dodge. Well, Marshall just did enough there. He got his hand to the ball. It fell behind Dodge, who was in acres of space. Booth did ever so well to get the ball across. No one had picked up Dodge. Marshall just got a touch to it. It fell behind the player and behind for the goal kick. Collins, laid off by Walker, played through by Faulkner, away by Gary Smith. This is McKimmie. Long one now for Booth. Didn't seem to know where the ball was there. Kane digs in well, gets it to Dodds. It's Dodds against McNally, cuts inside, and that's well taken by Marshall. Aberdeen starting to lift the pace of the game.
As soon as Billy Dodd gets the ball here, there's only one thing in his mind. He takes a step in, he knows he's going to have a shot and goal. Gordon Marshall does well.
This is Faulkner for Celtic to O'Donnell. Donnelly. McStay. Collins is wide. Still it's McStay, plays it short to McGinley. Aberdeen with plenty of players behind the ball. Again it's McStay. Out it goes now to Collins. Wright goes to meet him. One for the goalkeeper. Well, they had to wait up very quickly. Was it an intentional pass back? Well, it certainly was, and the goalkeeper shaking his head, and no wonder. That put him under an awful lot of pressure, and he responded well.
Michael Watt did absolutely brilliant there for a goalkeeper. Absolutely superb.
Celtic were on course for 3 points last week and failed to get them, and should they lose out again this afternoon, in terms of lifting the 3 points, I'm sure the manager will be a most unhappy man. You have to win your home matches, and Aberdeen know that as well to their cost this season. It goes behind for the goal kick. Well, Scott Booth running towards the referee, and he'll get himself booked for that. Well, no matter how good a case you have, you can't react like that. It means only one thing, a yellow card. Well, he went charging forward at the referee. Here's the incident, and again, he has a case just like there was in the first half, but really when the decision's been made to charge forward at the referee like that, it is only one ending. This is Celtic coming through now. That's a good effort off the post from O'Donnell. It was Walker who sent it through to him. Well, again, Aberdeen breathe a sigh of relief.
It's an absolute great strike, left foot off the inside of the post. Had Michael Watt beaten, very, very unlucky there for Phil O'Donnell.
A bit of a gap opens up here now. It's Gary Smith for Aberdeen. Stepping away from Collins, but across comes McNally. bit untidy. McNally slack there, the chance on for Dodds. Good save by Marshall. Oh, a mistake by McNally. Almost very costly to Celtic. Meanwhile, McKinnon will be booked for persistent fouling. But Dodds coming so close there. McNally trying to clear the ball. Complete miscue by him. Through it came for Dodds, and then Marshall reacted really well. That's Collins for Celtic. Slackness again. This is Wright. Scott Booth. White again. Dodds has got a bit of space here, and Marshall takes it at the second attempt, but again Dodds not picked up particularly well.
Only really going to be one winner on that one, Big Gordon Marshall. Very surprised if Billy Dodds had out-jumped Big Gordon there, but Aberdeen in the last 5 minutes starting to come into the game a little bit and starting to throw men into more further forwards positions, as they nearly did there.
They really do have to go for it in the second half. The league position is pathetic. And they've really got to do something this afternoon if they're to mount any meaningful challenge. This is McKimmie through for Booth. Now it's Faulkner for Celtic. Now he tried to find McStay and completely misses him. Now it's Kane. Celtic really a lot of misplaced passes in the last few minutes, and that's certainly helping Aberdeen to come more and more into this game. This is Woodthorpe stepping away from Boyd quite easily, driving it through. What a save there by Marshall from Booth, and the ball eventually swept away by McGinley. Well, for the second time in this second half, Marshall to Celtic's rescue. But again, it all began with slack play by Celtic, giving the ball away as it was swept across here. Marshall, tremendous one-handed save, and then McGinley sending the ball away to safety. It's Galloway, McGinley, now it's Nicholas. Faulkner, McStay, through for Donnelly, nice little touch by Donnelly. This is Faulkner. Still Celtic have it, it's O'Donnell playing it through. And that ball going behind for the corner. Well, Gary Smith coming so close to really putting a ball in his own net, and of course in that very goal mouth, he did that in the League Cup final not so very long ago. Almost a repeat of that. So it's swept in by Collins. McStay's in there, and the ball dipping over the top for the goal kick. It's a little spell of Celtic pressure.
Again, Michael Watt coming to claim the ball, doesn't really get it. It's a header away from Irvine. Watt will stay under a little bit of pressure. Almost gets the ball into the net for Celtic.
It's played through now by Gary Smith. This is Dodds with McNally. Through for Kane. Kane trying to pick out Booth. He's charged down though by Boyd. This is Stephen Wright. And he wins the free kick. Conceded by John Collins. So a chance here perhaps for Aberdeen with the final minutes of the game ticking away. Again, Brian Irvine moves forward. He does have a good scoring record against Celtic. He's in there challenging again. Goalkeeper's lost it, and that's a fine effort by Dodds.
Good ball in. I don't think Billy Dodds really knew what the goal was. Good effort. Why not take a chance in the box? All he has to do is hit the target to score.
Collins. Now moving into injury time as Nicholas plays it through to McNally. And it's cleared by Irvine, who's defended stoutly. Returned by Boyd. That's out for a throw to Celtic, coming off Stephen Wright. Off by Nicholas to Collins. Heikkinen does just enough to get it away. Touched through by Nicholas. So we're now well into injury time, and what has been a disappointing match between two of the country's top sides. And there goes the final whistle. No handshakes between the managers. They'll both be disappointed with the performances, but the second half did have its moments. Good ball through by Walker after 65 minutes, and O'Donnell sent a shot off the inside of the post. At the other end, Gordon Marshall, very much a hero, keeping Celtic in the match with two terrific saves. The first one from Dodds as he dived to his left, and then a great one-handed save from Scott Booth. Both had been caused by slight passing by the Celtic defence. The final score here at Hampden Park, Celtic 0, Aberdeen 0.